Hello everyone, and I hope you're all doing very well. So you asked for a video showing how to evade and or defeat AAA, guided and non-guided. So this needs a proper answer. We need to look at how we can do this and to make a useful tactical answer. And so the way we're going to do that is to look at different things that we could want to do that put us in danger of AAA. So the first thing would be low-level bombing. Now obviously we're not worrying about high-level bombing because high-level bombing, dropping LGBs and whatnot, simply wouldn't put us in danger's way. But low-level bombing will. So we'll look at that. We'll also look at seed using guns. So when I say seed, I mean actually taking out these sites using guns only. We'll look at seed using dumb bombs only. Again, laser-guided bombs and Mavericks don't matter. They won't put you anywhere near the danger range of these AAA as long as we do it correctly. So we'll look at seed using dumb bombs, and we'll look at just traveling past AAA, traveling through AAA. So that would be simulating if, for instance, we had to go through a canyon or something and it was full of AAA. And those are the only things I can think to cover. Everything else can be done in a safe standoff way. That means you don't have to put yourself in harm's way. And at the last minute, I've just added a fifth one, which I figured is what you guys would probably want to see, which is seed guns. So taking these sites out with guns, but silly, i.e. in an ill-suited plane where you can't do optimal tactics. So i.e. trying to take these sites out that you're about to see with a Spitfire, a Messerschmitt, F5, a MiG-15, something like that. Something with ill-suited, less range guns than we're taking out. So we'll do that at the end. So let's go look at the mission quickly. So we've got a runway here, or an airbase. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 AAA ZU-23 closed sites. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 ZSU-23 × 4 Shilkers, which are, these guys are radar guided AAA, and these guys are just optically guided AAA. But they're still pretty fearsome. You wouldn't really want to tangle with that lot. So the first thing we're going to look at is how to do low-level bombing. So let's say we want to go and bomb this runway. So the first thing is you have to have the right tool for the job. The only way you can do this is by basically being transonic. So you can't do this in an A10, you can't do this in an SU-25. It has to be a vehicle that will go just below the speed of sound, fully loaded, drop the bombs on the runway and pull up. So it could be any of the fast jets, but I'll just do the Vigan because it's just the best overall suited for it. And it's as simple as that. Keep as low as possible, as fast as possible. As long as we're going transonic by the time we hit the threshold here, there just isn't enough time for these guns to react, to turn their turrets to shoot us. It's as simple as that. And these guys are first going to be alerted, because I'm going to be low and hidden, they're first going to be alerted by my sound, and because I'm going transonic, their sound will only hit them a few seconds before I'm dropping my bombs, basically. So there's literally, in theory, no way that I can get shot. In fact, the only thing that putting me in danger is myself by crashing into the runway or blowing myself up with bombs, and if I'm that stupid, then I deserve to die anyway. So let's go and do that first, because that's the easiest. Okay, in we go. Going to be a little bit rusty in this, so let's just pause and double check everything. Arms, got low drag bombs on already. Sort this HUD out. That's us done. Power on. Let's get transonic and low. Speedo is over here, so Mach 0.6. Mach 0.7, better get faster than that. Mach 0.8, just about there. Holding the trigger down, trigger for safety. Just about fast enough now, preparing to drop bombs. Bombs drop now. Whee! Woo! Says I'm damaged, but I don't think I actually am. I think that means I damaged one of those units on the ground. I'm perfectly fine, obviously. Like I said, there's nothing they can do. They can't turn their turrets quick enough or their guns quick enough to fire at me. So just make sure you're going very fast, very low. Don't try and do it in an A10 and you'll be fine. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is seed with dumb bombs. So we're going to have to get quite close to be accurate. So let's get that done. We're going to just choose an F-18 here. Got a bunch of Mark 82s. Okay, I'm just going to remember how to fly this now. So going here, going here, going here, here, there, 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 there. I think that's everything. Oh, there we go. Okay, right, so where's our target? There it is.
Altitude.
Right, so to do this attack, the key thing is we just don't want to be anywhere within the range of that AAA. Because it is AAA, it only has a certain effective range. So that's about 4,000 to 5,000 feet. So all my job is to head out cold, a good 4 or 5 miles, and climb, turn in a nice steep angle, 20 to 30 degrees, dive in, put my CCIP pipper on the target, and I want to drop the bomb ideally above 5,000 feet so that I never even get within the effective range of that AAA. And that's all I've got to do. So when we see people, especially in GR missions, diving down and getting shot by AAA, there's no need for it. Just pure laziness, just need to do it right. So let's go and give that a go now. Burner's on. There we go. Right, now I haven't dropped a bomb in this thing for quite a long time, so I'm just going to figure it out as I go. That appears to be the CCIP line, the BFL. So let's locate a target, off the power, sort the trim. I see a ZU-23 there. Let's see if we can get him, shall we? Keep an eye on our altitude. Ping, and out before we even get anywhere near the lethal range of those weapons. Nothing they can do. I'm out and safe. Let's check the bomb. Probably going to miss, but we'll give it a go. Bowser, that's a hit. And that's it. And why don't we go for a shilker instead? Just to show doing that, if I can see it. So you can see AAA is quite ineffective as long as you are doing the right things to attack it. And back in. Nice and steep. When we're fighting a SAM, we usually don't want to be high up like this because the higher we go, the thinner the air and the more effective the SAM. But with AAA, it doesn't work like that. Bringing it upwards against gravity reduces the effectiveness of the AAA. So we can perfectly happy go up nice and high for AAA. Right, let's go and try and find a shilker this time. Off gas, sort the trim. We're just going to have to guess what a shilker is. I'm guessing it's that there. Keep an eye on the altitude. Get him on the BFL. $12,000. He won't know what hit him, bless him. Hop, up, away, 6,000 feet, no danger to myself. Well, that was just bad bombing. Let's see, did we damage him? Yeah, I think he's half health, so he won't be able to fire back. And I can keep going around like that, and I can keep bombing until I'm out of bombs, and I kill them all, and they will never get a shot off at me. So far we've shown how to evade for low-level bombing. We've showed how to evade using dumb bombs. Next, we're going to show how to evade using AAA, using gun. And guess what? It's going to be fairly boring, because boring is safe, effective, and realistic. Going in there and spinning around in circles and doing little flicks is not what you want to do to avoid AAA, even if it does look good for showing off. It's not a good thing. Right, see if we remember how to do this. Sat and there we go. Right, same thing. We want altitude. We want plenty of speed because we want plenty of energy in case we need to start dodging. If we do our job right, we won't have to dodge at all. All right, here we go. Find our target. There's one. Just sort of trim out. Now, exactly the same thing. All we want to do is outrange it. We want to shoot it before it shoots us. There's no excuse for shooting him once we're within the 4,000 feet range or 5,000 feet range. We should be on our way out by then. So, just small snipe shots, and that's our job. Wait for the clock to unwind. That's us out. I don't want to go anywhere near that sand because it'll rip us to pieces. No need to be flying through there like a moron. Didn't kill it, but we damaged it, so let's go around again. So, be patient, be sensible, be conservative. That's good, nice and secret, good. Here we go again. Want our bullets to be falling down, his bullets to have to go up. Right, in we go. Let's get our trim sorted. Where's the blighter? There he is. Same thing, nice small little snipes. Out before they even lock onto us. That's it, he's dead. For the lols, why don't we go for a shilker now? As ever when we're doing ground attack, nice big run-outs. No point of pushing us in straight away, don't be lazy. It'll only cost you in the end. Alright, let's do a shilker now. Thousand feet, away we go. A little bit close for my liking, but let's give it a go. Nah, too close. Everybody be afraid to wave off. There we go. I think I've got him there. He's gone. He's dead. So that shows how we can do that and never even get a single bullet fired at us. And that's how you should be using this gun in terms of seed when they've got guided AAA or heavy caliber AAA. In fact, there was AAA being fired at me, you can see, but it was never going to be anywhere near me. So again, it's not fun. It's not sexy. It doesn't make a particularly popular video, but it is safe and it's how it should be done. Lastly, we're going to use the excuse that we have to travel through these guys to get to the other side, and there's no excuse. We have to go through them at 1,000 feet or something. That makes us a nice, big, juicy target. And what we'll do is we might as well restart it so they've all got full ammo and whatnot. And this is always dangerous to do, especially when you've got guided AAA. But the answer is all you do is gun jinking. So if you've defensive jinking. If you looked in my air-to-air tutorials folder, air-to-air combat tutorials folder, I've got a video on guns air-to-air defensive jinking, and it's exactly what we're going to do, but this time it's just from ground fire. Generator. So all you do is put my controls on, I roll left, I roll right, I roll left, I roll right, with small amount of aft stick and pretty much full power. So we're doing kind of like mini 90-degree, segments of a barrel roll with a small radius, and the combination of doing this means that it will put off their leading sight, their computer aimed sight. It'll be very hard for them to hit us. They may still get a couple of bullets in just by there's going to be thousands of bullets being shot at me. We probably won't see it from here, but yeah, you'll see. Right, off we go. Caution. Full power. Get ready for guns, jink. And defenses, guns, jink. Simple as that. Pull up. So, whatever I could have gone through there 300 knots because I've got defensive guns jink on. Their aiming sights don't work. The same reason is if an F-15 was following me and trying to shoot me with his guns, his sight wouldn't work. He'd have to use manual gun sight and tracers. because no sight systems can tolerate guns defensive jink. Okay, that's going for the exciting but silly method. So this is an ill-suited aircraft for this. Our guns are smaller caliber than the hostiles' guns. We've got less range than them. We do not have an automated aiming sight. We don't have a CCIP. We've got a manual sight, so that means we have to get close. It means we have to tracer strafe. So all of these things are ill-suited for taking down that stuff there. But we're going to show that we can kind of do it as long as we mix in our defensive gun jink and just have a bit of common sense. So the first thing is we've got to go to energy for the first attack. So we're going to go up just like the A10, get high, get as fast as we can, come in a nice steep dive, because SAM sites generally don't like that. We're going to be about 400 knots in our dive. I can trim to neutral for 400 knots. We can't snipe far out because we don't have an automated sight. We have to go in and use tracer strafing, World War II style. In we go, start trimming, put my thing up there, and as soon as we finish firing, we're into defensive guns jink. Okay, 400 knots off the power. Select a target, make sure we can see everything with our view, still trimming. Get ready, prepare to strafe. And strafe. And defense jinking. Got some hits, burners on. Oh, they want me dead. Keep defensive jink on. Let's go around for another run. We'll make it hard for ourselves. We'll go for a shilker, and we'll go for a shilker right in the middle there. See if we can get ourselves shot, shall we? Oh, look, we got a kill. So you can do it. I mean, it's completely ill-suited. You know, you need to really know what you're doing for this kind of stuff, but... So, altitude, speed's good. Let's turn in. They're all going to have their turrets aimed at me this time. This is my second pass. The sensible thing to do is to fly away, go right round the outside now, come back at them. So at the back of their gun turrets, but we're not going to do that in this case because we're lazy. So in we go. Speed's 400 already, so we come off the gas. Inspect. Find a shilker. There's one. Ready for strafe. Power on, defensive jink. Ah, we missed him. You can see them locking us on our RWR there. Okay. Go back in again. Get some energy. Okay. Speed up. Look for a shilker or something. Speed's good. Hold the speed there. Look for a target. In we go again. Retrim for neutral. Get ready for the strafe. Got to keep an eye out in case they're watching me, and they probably are. I'm the only threat here. Right, we'll add a little more lead this time. And strafe. Power on, guns jink. Oh, how did that not hit him? Okay, let's go again. Want to get that kill. We go again, a bit fast this time. Let's just arrest that a little. Right, got mine this time. A little bit low, so we're just gonna up. A bit fast. Retrim. Right, let's have him. Oh, we're out of ammo. God damn it. I'm just rubbish with the manual gun sight. Right, jink, before they start pounding me. And that's it, really. Not much else to show. Because I'm doing that jinking, they can't even get their sights on cue, so half of the time they don't even bother firing. Sometimes they do. So that's how we can do that, and you can do that in your Spitfire, in your Messerschmitt, in your F5, in your MiG-21, in whatever you want, basically. But that's, I think, just about everything I can show now, so I hope that helps, and see you later.